like that. I don't give a fuck if they from California, like I just said. Gang you in a nut. I don't know which one of you niggas might be up under some federal investigation. I don't know which one of these niggas out here might be brought out the case off of them and pull the camera out and expose me. Remember, that's how they did BG. That nigga partner put that video up when he had that gun, bro. So he got to be mad at his own. They got to be mad at them niggas he was out there kicking it with. Whoever showed you out there with that gun, nigga, that was weak on their part. I ain't even finna go nowhere where I gotta have no motherfucking gun like that, bro. You got too much money, bro. You too valuable. Had them niggas meet you somewhere in a neutral location, but nah, these niggas want to show you. Nigga, I went to Cali and I was on Crenshaw, nigga, with the whoop-de-woos up. I was in San Diego with real ones and all that. Hey,
yeah, man, I decided to do a reaction, man, to the show we had last night on the Grown Man Talking panel, right? We had a guest came in, go by the name of Unslaved Paul, something like that, right? Everything was cool if you ask me until I questioned his doctrine or his beliefs or whatever. I couldn't really respond like I wanted to because we was trying to do the show and I didn't want to mess up the show. But I feel like I need to explain myself to a lot of people who was on the show that might not be wondering, like, damn, what angle was Kimbo coming from? They probably don't know. So I'm gonna explain myself a little better so y'all can see I wasn't just tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all see, anytime we try to stand up for ourselves or we try to question some shit, we get called an angry black man or angry black woman or whatever. That shit is it's sad, man. But let's go.
As long as I know I'm a motherfucking real one, I don't give a fuck if the niggas I'm gonna kill us or they write books or they motherfucking comedians. I don't have to surround myself with that shit. I don't know what's wrong with these niggas. They mind is fucked up. These niggas need to what's my slogan trick? Man, the world is bigger than your motherfucking hood, man.
Yeah,
no, it's bigger than your hood, man.
You know the kind of moves they be making? Their mentality is almost as if they got possessed by their hater or their adversary, and the adversary made them do it because their conduct is just straight up sabotage.
Yeah.
Why would
that's the ego, right? That's the ego, the false self.
Yeah,
but this is why if you watch certain people how they move, Charleston White is somebody who I study from time to time.
And now, this is what kind of caught my attention a little bit. Not saying that Buddy doesn't have the right to study Charleston White or whatever, but I don't think he understands. He was trying to tell me about Charleston White, but I know Charleston White personally. I got numerous videos before he blew up. We was doing a podcast and all that shit together. So I'm like, so first, you're going to start off trying to tell me about somebody that I know personally, which was cool. But when you start trying to tell me about the black man's plight, I was a little confused.
He will make certain claims a certain way on the record to avoid liability, right? So imagine a world where, as you say, because they call me the white gorilla, I call myself partially melanated. I'm pink with brown spots, so I'm not the white man. Right? But with that said, right, it would be good rather than to demonize folks to learn.
Keep in mind, I didn't bring up nothing about no race like
from that. What you perceive as your enemy. See, it's the white man who stands up and accuses everybody of everything and then goes, well, some folks say, and now you avoid liability, right? Say whatever you want and just say you didn't say it. Some folks might say. Maybe you just stand up and say, well, anytime you see Little Boozy, that's a corporation, right? That's an entity, a persona. It's a character. That's not who and what I really am. So anything you see around me is props, right? Anyone you see around me, I'm not affiliated with. I'm doing a bit.
See, all of that is cool. You're doing a bit. You're putting on the show. It's a video, whatever. That's that Same shit. Why NBA YoungBoy is hemmed up right now? I get the part about the corporation, and we'll break all that down. But none of that shit matter when they get a loaded gun off your person. They know it's not a prop when they get the gun and they see the bullets. This is opposite of everything that I came in saying. We need to quit letting people fool and trick us. You can't tell these people it's no fucking prop when they get the gun off of you or they get the drugs off of you and they test it and see it's real.
I'm doing a skit. It doesn't matter what they bring forth as the evidence. Evidence is not proof.
But just like Clark Kent and Superman, they are the same in one.
Back to call.
Bushi is the character.
Evidence is not proof. How are you a more?
Now, that part kind of caught my attention. And I didn't say he wasn't right for what he was saying. I just, when I realized this wording he was using, I kind of knew where he was coming from. I say, hey, man, he must be up under these sovereign or Moorish, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to use that name because people, they got so many different names. I think he mentioned he wasn't using the name, but it's ironic that I knew this off of him saying what he said. And I'm going to say this, evidence is not proof, but evidence can be proven. No evidence is not foolproof. The evidence could lead away from you, or the evidence could lead right to your mother. Man, this is semantics, man. This ain't nothing but a word salad, man. I understand that people, I think a lot of people come to information, they be so hyped about the information, man. They just want to share it. They want to give it to somebody. They want somebody to know what they learned. But sometimes you got to know how to turn that shit off and have a regular conversation instead of running your script. It's crazy, bro. Oh, shut up. I pushed it. Let's go, right.
Or something, you lost me with that one.
Well, this is what I do, sir. As part of what I do is I travel without license, registration, insurance, and plates.
I do it.
Him and King Guys.
This man said he traveled without license, insurance, plates, registration, without all of that. Now, we was talking about Boosie and why he shouldn't do what he doing. And this man came and told us, basically, Boosie shouldn't have had no license plates, no driver license, none of this. I'm not knocking the people who believe that shit. But me, I'm going to have me a driver license. I like to travel. I like to go outside the country. I'm going to have me a passport. I'm going to keep me a motherfucking some insurance on my car because I understand the system that I'm in. I understand that I have to follow these statutes, these laws, or whatever it may be. It's a reason why they make these rules. It's a reason why. It's not just because they want to enslave us or fuck over us. Man, I'm trying to understand why is it better to get all of the fucking no driver license tickets, no insurance tickets, no place, all the tickets I'm gonna get from this buck in the system. At the end of the day, I can just go get a driver license, go pay my insurance, and I ain't have to worry about this shit. My job as a black man is to keep my family safe and my family in the car. And if having full coverage insurance and the driver license might get us to leave and drive off, yeah, man, I'm going to do that. Now I start thinking to myself, like, man, this is a Caucasian fella over here giving a panel of black people advice telling us not to have no driver license, no insurance, no registration. All like, man, this is some Sandra Bland shit all over again, man.
Goddamn, King Guys, there go your soul brother. Look at goddamn, man. This is King Guys soul brother. God.
See, policy statute. See, we got dual jurisdiction under U.S. code, right? This is why I say we need to.
Hey, you're gonna have to come to my channel. We're gonna chop it up.
Hey.
Well, that's why the spirit brought.
Hey, watch this. Dual jurisdiction. Do y'all understand what dual jurisdiction means? He gonna try to make it sound like it's some fancy shit. Let me break it down to y'all. You got your state court. Just say you get tried in state court, and you go to trial. You blow trial. You get a life sentence, or you get 40, 50 years or whatever. As long as you didn't plead guilty to none of that, you got the right to take it to a higher court, to the next court, to the Supreme Court or whatever. That is the dual jurisdiction. You able to go through two courts. You got one court over the other court. That's the dual jurisdiction. So if you take your shit from the state into the Supreme Court or to the federal court and you lose there, you stuck. Once you take it to the highest court in the land, that's the dual jurisdiction. The way he gonna try to make it sound like you got two options or they treat you two different ways. No, it's a format to this shit. How this dual jurisdiction he talking about work? What?
Brought me here. I knew the spirit brought me here for some reason. It always does.
Hey, man, this is crazy, Kimbo. This nigga, man, he a white nigga, bro. He's crazy, man. Yeah.
And look, that's the synchronicity. See the synchronicity?
Hey, I was introduced to all this shit like over 10 years ago, so I know the talking points. I know it when I hear it, bro. But I don't mean no harm in them, but not having no license and all that. That is not gonna save our motherfucking people, man. It's cute and all that. The little stuff that they do.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
30s.
I didn't say that one action was gonna save anybody. What I'm saying is
So what exactly is a bunch of black people in the hood purposely riding around with no license plates, no registration, no driver's license, no nothing? I'm not going to even go on this guy's channel and see what type of, he said he got videos of him interaction with the police or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if this type of action has led him to catch cases himself, thinking that he gonna outthink the government. It's some type of fucking loopholes and all this. Man, the loophole is to learn the laws and abide by the motherfuckers. It ain't no slick way around this shit, man.
Sovereign city.
Oh, it's crazy.
I don't do the whole sovereign. People like me see the game. They're going to use terms to try to put you in a box. I understand that, but I'm a hoe. I'm not a hoe. You can't trick me out of position. I know what I am. What I'm. I am that I am. Just like the scripture said. That's for the slaves and the hoes. You can't trick me out of position. Only I could do that.
Back it up. I would never call a man a hoe or nothing like that, but you use the pimp and all that terminology. But
right.
If I come on here and I start talking about, do somebody want to buy some pussy, but I say ain't no price.
Man, I don't know what made it took. I don't know what made him go there about. See, I catch slick shit, man. I ain't no damn fool. He think he read people. I read people real good. He feel like, oh, this nigga talk good, so he must be on some pimp shit. Like, I'm gonna come at him and start talking about pimping and hoeing. Man, I'm nobody trying to talk about no pimping and hoeing. We are having a real dialogue over here on the Grown Man Talking Panel. That's why we call it the Grown Man Talking Panel. This man told him I can't pimp a hoe. Like, what? It wasn't even in my mind to call this man no hoe or nothing disrespectful. Why you sitting up there just talking, just breathing like, bro, I thought we were just, it's only information, bro. We don't have to fight over information, man.
You just
that's what I'm telling you, man.
Tell us your stuff. So all I'm saying is, nah, bro, I don't think that's the discussion right now. It's not gonna go what we. I'm not saying you wrong or nothing.
Well, I mean, listen, if you don't want to touch on these,
that was what we needed. We've been having that. It would have.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Part of the problem is that the individual thinks that there's going to be some the individualism in order to change the individual's life, and that's not how this shit works, right? Each being has
Break it down. Break it down.
Each being has to become the change in the eyes of whatever they see as the creator and the creative force by what we call God's law, right? So the law of the land is supposed to be commensurate with God's law.
Which God?
I don't put a name on it, right? I go back to the ancient texts, the Tao, the way to the way.
Wait. Do you understand how complicated it is? You tell me about God's
all right, so let's boil it down street level, streetwise spirituality.
In layman's terms.
Streetwise spirituality would be conscience, right?
See, I'm not no damn fool. I catch the little slugs and shit, bro. I catch the little, like he trying to act like I can't understand or I can't comprehend what he talking about. So he has to do it streetwise. Man, this dude a trip, man. But let's go, man. He finna find out how unstreetwise I am.
Local aspect of self that is connected to God, whatever that creative force may be. I don't put a name on it because I don't presume to know that God has a name. It's just a term to identify a state of beingness and a force that may work with you if you are in alignment, right?
Right.
So,
okay.
Right. So there's legal and lawful. This is
wait, how we go from God to legal? Do you understand the conundrum right?
Let me take you there. You're not letting me take you there. You're cutting me off and getting defensive. You're not letting me take you there. You're cutting me off and getting defensive.
Bro, I'm just asking.
He has a destination.
I'm trying to keep it where I understand everybody else because I don't think.
No, I understand that. I'm trying to talk to where everybody's at, regardless.
Your doctrine, you understand the doctrine. We don't. So I'm like, how do we go from God to law? Did God make these laws to connect those fans?
Right, I'm trying to get us there.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
There's legal and there's lawful. Legal is man, the laws of man's world, code, policy, and statute. God's law. It's not right. The difference between a state actor who's upholding statute, policy, and code, they call law actual law. And right, to get just you as a natural man with natural rights, you have a little person, civil rights. The people are going to tell folks in the black community, whatever that is, because I've been to plenty of communities which were majority black, and there were other folks there. But you get what I'm saying? They'll pimp and haul in the black community and tell folks, oh, stand up for your civil rights. You don't want civil rights. You're telling them that you're beholden to a corporate structure, right? You want natural rights because you're a natural man.
Right, you're you're the citizen, but do so,
no, but the citizen is the.
So do black people?
Let me break this down, man, with this mumbo jumbo this dude trying to throw at us, man. Like they say, you have a legal and you have a lawful. You know, legal is, as we're gonna say, what's legal by law. You know what I'm saying? What's the legals, like the age limit to buy cigarettes, to the penal codes or whatever. When you go to jail, like you go to the feds, the point system they give you, or you gotta wear your seatbelt. So what the legal shit? You can get a ticket for not driving with a driver license. The legal shit, right? Now the lawful is basically the same thing, but being in concordance with. It's like having a baby while you married, so the baby is a lawful marriage. It's not out of wedlock. Or shit is like having a lawful lawsuit, suing somebody within the parameters of being able to sue them, or them implying a bond on your ass. Like some states you might have to pay 10% to bond, 12% of your bond when you get out of jail. It's those type of situations, just like you're being permitted, man. It's like they say, a natural person. What is it? How you run it? A natural person or a legal person? The natural person is like when you born. That's you. When you born, the person, your being, your body. That's the natural person. But the legal person is when they say, when they give you when it's written down on paper, your birth certificate, your social security card, or you know how you get an LLC and you go open up a business. It might be 5 or 6 of y'all, but you put it under another name to assume responsibility so your name would get sued or everything wouldn't be on you. It's the same thing. That's the legal person. I don't know. What's a good way I can say this? Like a rapper, like my name could be my name, but I'm rapping under Kimbo Greedy. Or I'm a comedian, I'm a stage performer. I got a record deal, but it's signed under a certain name. Like when you get a deal with Nike or whatever, the rules and the shit come and they don't use your real name. That's just, I don't know no other way to do that. That's when you're not being the natural person you were born. You're being an entity. And what's the word they like to use? That it's a corporation. Man, please let me break this shit down to y'all 1 minute. In their Black's Law Dictionary, when it says a corporation, it's not saying that you yourself is a corporation. When you incorporate yourself or you use yourself in that manner, it's saying when you're not using it in that manner, it's natural. When you do use it in that manner, you're using it legally. I don't know why people don't get, they make it sound so complicated, man. It's the Article 44, the civil rights and all this in the Black's Law. I wish I ought to pull it up right quick. Man, matter of fact, I don't have to pull it up. I'm going to keep going right quick, man, because it's a bunch of word salad, man.
Black people under the Constitution.
I hope it play right so y'all can
black
hear
people
me.
Citizens of this country.
That's the thing. You're born on the land. As a matter of fact, the thing that's special about black folks is they have a dual protection, because at one point on this land, they were not getting the God-given rights that were required by universal law, right, common law, and the Republic. That is why civil rights supposedly was created, to double down on giving certain protected classes the rights that they were supposed to receive in creation inherently. It's supposed to be known by all of us, common sense, but common sense is not common.
It's supposed to be like, if you're born, you're supposed to have those rights, but we didn't.
That's why we needed the 14th Amendment to get our civil rights that we didn't have. This dude said we shouldn't have asked for civil rights.
Absolutely.
We didn't have them.
Right. But so what they did was they took that 14th Amendment and they created the idea of personage, right? Okay, and then created a legal entity.
Wait. I like the way you moved it, the goalpost.
He tried to move the goalpost. The 14th Amendment included former slaves and gave black people citizenship, personage. If you don't have a trained ear, you don't realize who he talking like. He's not talking. He come in talking about the spirit brung us here and all that. Man, this man sound like a white supremacist. No disrespect, because I could be wrong. Just because you seem to call yourself trying to vibe with us, bro, the vibe is off. The way that you explaining shit, you know what the 14th Amendment is. You know what the 14th, you didn't say nothing about the slavery of the 14th Amendment, them giving us the citizenship. That man said personage. But we the one that's trying to trick people with words and using, no, bro. We say it like it go. We don't have to use no hidden motherfucking clue words to where only people who understand legalese know what we talking about. Y'all are doing the same shit that y'all say the system do to us. Y'all doing the same shit to us.
But citizens of the United States of America.
A citizen, by definition in U.S. code, is one who owes allegiance to United States corporation.
I didn't ask you to read your script, bro. It's like
I'm not reading a script, sir. You can't be frustrated with me for your lack of understanding. I'm telling you that I'm telling you we have to get our words. We have to get our words into an audience. We have to get everybody right, whether it's you or the audience. We got to get words.
My questions, bro. You just running your script down.
No.
I'm not running a script, sir. I'm telling you, there's a man.
This man said we have to get everybody right. But you can't admit that the 14th Amendment gave Black people full citizenship and protection under the Constitution, which is the law of the land that you keep talking about. The law of the land is the Constitution. I'm sorry. Y'all can paint this shit up and make the book black, blue, red, or whatever, but these are the facts.
On the land, I'm telling you, there's a man on the land. Of course, an American is an American, regardless of color. If you're born on this land, you're an American. A United States citizen is a corporate.
If I'm a citizen, then I'm supposed to have a driver license. If I'm a citizen, I was born in.
You're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. There's a dual jurisdiction. It's basically like two worlds on paper through contract law. This is the pimping game. This is, I know it's frustrating. They're
frustrating, bro.
Oh, you look frustrated.
You're not listening, bro. You just.
I am listening. I'm very responsive, sir. I'm president aware and I have clarity. I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm responding in kind.
So if we are citizens, that means that we have to follow the.
What is going on? Bro, this man said I'm responding in time. It's no speed or nothing. You got to respond in, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on right here?
The law of that land that you're talking about, right?
The law, that's why I said there's legal and there's lawful. Lawful up.
It's yes and no either way. You're very intelligent.
You can't pigeonhole me into a yes or no question where the question is
legal. We get it. Legal is the laws. We get that. We get legal is the laws. Lawful is the codes, the statutes, the bills. But you have to follow all of those. I don't. Why they don't get when they say the laws of the land? Now it goes from the government, as he say, the federal government. Now it comes down to your actual state. Your state has the right to implement their own codes and statutes or whatever. For example, marijuana is legal recreationally and medically in a lot of states, but not all states. And that's because the state has the right to choose. I don't think we get man. This is a motherfucker.
It's for that's bizarre. You're trying to pimp on me now.
Take that one.
If I ask you if it's color red or blue, you're gonna tell me, well, so you gotta understand. Blue was coming from the people of this country. And
this is not a black and white issue, no pun intended. This is not a black and white issue. There's a gray area here.
Bro, I said blue. How in the fuck did you get black and white when I said blue? Oh, man.
Nobody's seeing it. That's why we're getting pimped on.
We're getting pimped on by who? What we getting pimped on by?
You're telling me a man born on the land is a citizen. I'm telling you, under their laws and codes, a citizen is one who has joined with the corporation.
So question. So if I want to leave right now and go, do I need a passport?
Would you need a passport?
To go to Haiti? To leave it?
Let me help you with passport. Let me help you with this. Are you aware that there's two different kind of passports at least?
Sir, do you?
And this will fuck me up. I was like, why are you answering a question with a question? I'm out the country with my passport now, so why wouldn't I know that it's more than one type of passport? I think I said on her it's 2 or 3. It's actually 4 different type of passports. And I don't know, maybe you was hoping like I was just dumb or lame, didn't know nothing about a passport because most niggas don't have them or something. But sir, you have your regular passport. You have your what is it? No, not the politicians, but the officials, the government. You have like passport for the government. Those type of people, they had a passport, don't look nothing like ours. Then you got people that got diplomatic diplomats, diplomacy. You know, we got people that are diplomats. They got a way different one than us. Then you got your what you call it? Damn, what's this like? It's not the actual passport, man. It's like the little card you got, man. And if I'm right with this card, you can't travel around the world with this card either, man. I think you can only go like to Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean. Shit, it's another one or two, man. I don't want to lie. I think it's something like Bermuda or something like that. With that one, you can only go there. But like I said, I couldn't break down and say everything I want to say on the show because I was like, man, we really didn't took over the show with this shit, even though the audience was liking it, but I couldn't break it down like I wanted to. Bro asked me about, do I know it's two different types of passport? If I could have let him keep going, he was going to shoot some bullshit in there. I'm telling y'all.
You understand that I'm out of the United States right now while I'm talking to you.
I didn't ask you that. Yeah, yes or no, right? Yeah, I asked you a properly formulated question. You want yes or no at the individual? Are you aware of that?
Answering my question, asking me a question.
Information here today.
That it's 2-3 different type. It's different type of passport, visas. They have different reasons.
Right. What do you think the reason for that is? What do you think the reason for that is?
Mentally kidnapped everybody who mentioned it.
I'm saying.
Right. What do you?
Watch this. This is the funny part, bro. You know what I'm asking you instead of asking me.
Yeah, you have this thing where like I have to answer like that, whatever you're asking, and it's improperly formulated. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like you said,
I'm telling you that there's different classifications.
A white gorilla, I'm a black gorilla, my nigga.
Step emotional.
I'm sitting over smoking weed, enjoying.
You're getting emotional, getting all triggered and emotional, yelling and cutting me off. Are we building or what?
Okay.
Y'all east the week, man. Y'all
go to the show. Go back to the show, because this ain't gonna be nothing but a song and a dance, bro. Go back to the show.
I like to hear his point.
You like gonna get there. You don't see
fluent.
Man, I just want to play, man. Let me go to my phone.
Right. So, as human beings, color aside, I believe was the question, right? Yeah.
Man.
Okay. Y'all each take a certain amount of minutes to speak with y'all speaking, man. Y'all
to the show. This thing gonna be nothing but a song and a dance to the show. That's what these are my fucking people, nigga. What you talking about?
Who is my people?
We should make it go left. And I see somebody and I say, hey, you probably don't need to go left. That mean I'm hating on your information? No, I'm telling you.
No, you're not allowing other people to make their own determination without influencing the opinion.
Come on, get back to the point, because I got my mindset on call waiting for you to finish it up. Now, I've been following you.
Well, Coach, what you get? Let me hear the Queen speak on the panel. We gonna speak.
Really, you know, he had to say the amendment, you know, the laws and how it changed and the laws. I want to see how he gonna unpack that.
Like, can we have I like
very interesting.
I'm talking to my brother.
Not like I don't think he's gonna make sense, and I'm very interested in.
So now I have to have a conversation with you the way you're used to having it with people that you're used to having it with.
Man, but listen, hold on, Paul. Let me say this, Paul. Hold on, let me say this, Paul. Just dialogue. This is not having no aggressive talk.
He's not used to being around niggas.
Oh, there's no we, sir. This is the problem with the we is you're not doing what he's doing. So why put yourself in with him? This is the problem with the we. We can't do the we. They're self-accountable.
Say, check this out, man. This guy, everything he telling us not to do, he doing it. I'm not giving people the right to think for themselves. Listen to yourself. This man know me. This is my real homeboy, my real friend. He's not allowed to say we? Man, what in the slave master? What in the Django going on here, man?
Accountability, responsibility, and then
why
okay.
Confusing me? Like he gonna teach us about race. Bro, he experienced this shit. We live this shit. We don't need nobody to tell us about race.
I don't think he's trying to tell us. I think he's giving us a different narrative because
I'm giving my perspective and you're getting triggered, acting like somebody's trying to force something on you.
Man, see, I'm getting triggered.
And I kind of am interested to be a fly on the wall.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Can we do this as a panel? Can I give Paul 3 minutes to make it make sense to us? Goddamn it! I mean 3 minutes, Paul.
Yes. That's
all right. If you go check it out. If you're gonna give Paul 3 minutes, give him what's the question he needs to address, or what's the topic?
You asked him the question because this your kind of information. Kimbo, what do you want him to address, Kimbo?
I done got what I got out of it, man. I'm through with it, Tree, because I'm not gonna get no answer to no. I asked 10 questions, I didn't get no answer.
Right.
I'm through with it. Y'all can talk about something else, bro, for real.
Okay. Mo, the coach,
I don't have any questions for him because I understood.
I don't either. I'm just listening.
I do.
What did you understand, King? I'll make it make sense.
No, I understood everything he said.
Me too. I'm really, like I said, I'm excited.
What did y'all understand? Because what did y'all understand?
For example, he said there's a private, there's artificial. So when he tried to break it down, it was already understood. This that go over.
Hold on right quick, man. Let me do something right quick and see if there's some other page open or something. Damn. Let's fucking this shit up. Maybe if I only had this one page open, it won't. Oh shit, let me close some of this shit, man. Because I don't understand why this motherfucker acting. Why my laptop acting like this, man? I usually be smooth runnings, man. I don't be having all them problems, so I don't understand what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, Jack. Let's see what we got now, man. God damn, what's this shit? Man, I got time for all this shit. We gotta do all that shit later, man. I'm trying to take care of it right now.
Every day. So
the shit I call cap on you about all the time.
Right. The shit you call cap on me is actual law. He's speaking law. Legal and law are two different things. So when he says legal,
but this King Eyes is our brother, man. See, King Eyes, we sit and we talk about this stuff, man. We disagree to agree. We don't be finna fight or argue. It ain't no big deal like that. I respect that it works for him. He respect that it don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how brothers do it. And that's why I was tripping with this guy, because he came up, the spirit brought him up here, and next thing I know, shit, he turned into Shaitan.
On law for two different things? Absolutely. Kimbo asked him a simple question. Are black people citizens? I believe was the question, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That was one of the questions.
There's just in that question, this is no slight to Paul or Kimbo. Just in that question alone, there are two problems. There's the color codes, which are black, and there's citizen.
Are we black, King Guys? Am I black, King Guys?
I can't tell you what you are. You can be whatever you want.
Wait,
but when it comes to,
you have to understand. You have to understand.
Hold on.
You have to understand.
Check it out. When you use any,
say, man, when we at a point to where we can't acknowledge that we are black people, and we're gonna play like that we free white people, because if they saying they not black, that's the other alternative, that they free white people, Trig. So y'all ain't know that. That's what they mean. Ask them guys, if they not black, they free white people. And that's, I'm not no free motherfucking white. I'm a black person. I'm a descendant of slavery. I've been through that whole shit that they run from. The slave trade didn't happen, or whatever story. I'm not saying that's they shit, but some of them have that type of shit in there. I'm not with none of that, man. And somebody got to stand up to you bullies, man, with this bullshit, man, for real. Y'all got the right one. Yeah. I come with the spirit of the ancestors, nigga. Yeah, not no Jesus.
That's fine. What Paul is bringing to the conversation was the legal aspects or the lawful aspects to those topics. It's really not a disagreement between y'all. It's just y'all coming from two different perspectives on it.
Is it a such thing as paper terrorism?
Yes.
When you filing frivolous paperwork into, bro, I've been through all this. I really
right.
Like all of this shit, I wanted to believe that all of it was right and exact, bro. I went through that. I studied the Aquarian Gospels of Jesus the Christ and all of that shit that came along
so
with
because you studied it means you interpreted.
Hold on, let him finish. Hold on, Paul. Let him finish, Paul.
I haven't got to speak yet. I haven't got to speak yet.
Paul.
You're definitely going to.
You definitely gonna get to speak, man. But we over here we go one at a time. Like we can't hear, we can't understand if we don't talk one at a time. I promise I'm gonna let you speak. Go ahead, Kimbo.
Watch this.
Yeah, go ahead, Kimbo.
I was under those teachers. I liked it, the fact that it might have been something in law that could help me and my people, bro. But when I got to reading the actual books, and I pick up a book and it tell me that black means death and white means pure and all that old racist ass white national ideology.
Shake your head all you want, nigga. You know them the teachings.
To attract us, Trig. But the deeper you get, you're gonna find out what the beginning of where this shit even come from and what it lead to. We better off running around with AKs with niggas and shooting shit up and get what we want. Law is not, if law was gonna help us, Trig, it would already help us, because all they do is we come with one law to help us. All they gonna
do you think that if you
hold on, come back and change
whatever you disagree with, just
wait,
remember it, because you
control
won't get the
them
floor
by
too.
law when we are in their land and they making control the laws. They can make it like they said. We was free, we're gonna get 40 acres in the fucking mule. All that shit's still on the books, Trick. When you get out the pen in Texas, they supposed to give you a mule and a gun. All this shit is still on the books, my nigga. But they got the right to exercise what the fuck they want to. Like right now, if you can show me somebody with a case and the fucking, and the, not the, at the Supreme Court that's arguing these facts that these brothers are giving me. If you can show me somebody who took this to a high level to prove whatever, because I know I'm black. When I say black, y'all know what we mean. If I gotta get into some atmospheric world, black don't mean the descendants of slavery and all of this shit, or the Negroes or the Africans, whatever. If anything outside of that tree, they trying to bamboozle you, bro. For real. We know who we are. Don't let nobody tell us nobody else, bro. We're falling for that shit. We are straw man. You ain't your man. You got a bank account under your social, all that. Bro, people be spewing bullshit on here, bro. I'm calling that shit out. I'm sick of people lying to my people. If that shit helped everybody so good, I want somebody to break down and show me how the fuck it helped them. I want them to show me them get pulled over by the police and tell them I'm just traveling and all that shit and make it work. The nigga, I was in the pen with a bunch of them niggas that tried that dumb shit, talking about they didn't have no jurisdiction over them. So that shit don't work, Trig. Telling y'all, my nigga. Shit, if it worked,
Paul,
everybody would be doing it if it worked.
Go ahead, Paul. It's on you.
Do you think it would matter what you understood or learned if you presented it the way you just presented here today at court?
At court? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Let me say this, man, about this information. A lot of these people, they get so sucked into that shit that they go too far down the rabbit hole. Like, I'm trying to have a regular conversation. I'm not cussing. I'm not doing nothing out of line. I'm trying to be almost intelligent. And this is what I get in return, man. Man, I don't even know what to say, man. It's crazy.
Entertainment, shucking and jiving and having fun.
Oh shit!
Talking about
you have this thing where like I have to answer like that whatever you're asking it. Oh, there's no we, sir. This is the problem with the we is you're not.
I done got what I got out of it, man. I'm through with it, Tree, because I'm not gonna get no answers to no. I asked 10. The white boy started talking about race, though. This is what confusing me.
Get back to the point, because I got my mindset on call waiting for you to finish it up. Now I've been following you.
Well, hold on. Molar culture. What you get from this? Let me hear the queen speak on the panel. We gonna respect the women.
I'm really interested in hearing, what he had to say. He started mentioning the amendment and the laws and how it changed and the laws. I want to see how he gonna unpack that.
Like, can we have I like to have a normal call, like I'm talking to my brother.
Not like I think he's gonna make sense, and I'm very interested in.
So now I have to have a conversation with you the way you're used to having it with people that you're used to having it with.
Man, but listen, hold on, Paul. Let me say this, Paul. Hold on, let me say this, Paul. He just dialoguing. This is how we talk. He's not having no aggressive talk.
He's not used to being around niggas.
Oh, there's no we, sir. This is the problem with the we is you're not doing what he's doing. So why lump yourself in with him?
What you mean? Why you don't make the
this is the problem with the we. We can't do the we. There's self-accountability, responsibility, and then there's colorism and racism. So what's the we?
Why is the white boy started talking about race, though? This is what confusing me. Like he gonna teach us about race. Bro, we experienced this shit. We lived this shit. We don't need nobody to tell us about race.
I don't think he's trying to tell us. I think he's giving us a different narrative because
I'm giving my perspective. See, I'm giving my perspective, and you're getting triggered, acting like somebody's trying to force something on you.
The Caucasian narrative and their point of view, and I
the Caucasian narrative. Yeah.
Okay. We do this as a panel. Make it.
That's
all right. If you go get out, it's gonna be 3 minutes. What's the question he needs to address, or what's the topic?
You have to listen.
Right, the shit you call cap. The shit you call cap. Actual. He's speaking legal and things. Is that so? When he says going law for 2 different things, absolutely. Kimbo asked him a simple question: are black people citizens? I believe was the question, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That was one of the questions.
There's just in that question. This is no slight to Paul or Kimbo. Just in that question alone, there are 2 problems. There's the color codes, which are black, and there's citizen.
Are we black king guys? Am I black king guys?
I can't tell you what you are. You can be whatever you want.
Wait,
but when it comes to,
you have to understand. You have to understand.
Hold on.
You have to understand.
Check it out. When you use any color you want, that's fine. What Paul is bringing to the conversation was the legal aspects or the lawful aspects to those topics. It's really not a disagreement between y'all. It's just y'all coming from 2 different perspectives on it.
Is it a such thing as terrorism?
Yes.
Using frivolous paperwork into, bro, I've been through all this. I really
right.
Like all this shit, I don't need right niggas back, bro. I went through that. I studied the Aquarian Gospels of Jesus the Christ and all of that shit that came along.
So because you studied it means you interpreted.
Let him finish. Hold on, Paul. Let him finish, Paul.
I haven't got to speak yet.
Paul.
Paul, this nigga not supposed to know that
at a time. Like we can't hear. We can't
this nigga not supposed to know that
at a time. I promise I'm gonna let you speak. Go ahead, Kimbo.
Yeah, go ahead, Kimbo.
I was under those teachers. I liked it, the fact that it might have been some in law that could help me and my people, bro. But when I got to reading the actual books, and I pick up a book and it tell me that black means death and white means pure and all that old racist ass white national ideology. So they got a lot of shit in there for black people to attract us, Trig. But the deeper you get, you're going to find out what the beginning of where this shit even come from and what it lead to. We better off running around with AKs with niggas and shooting shit up and get what we want. Law is not, if law was going to help us, Trig, it would already help us, because all they do is we come with one law to help us. All they
Do
gonna
you
do
think?
is
Do you
Hold on.
think that if you
amend
Hold on,
that
hold on,
bitch
hold on, hold
and
on, hold
come
on.
back and
Whatever
change
you
it. Shit.
disagree with,
I can
just
wait.
remember it,
We
because you're gonna
control
get the
them
floor
by
too.
law when we are in their land.
Like I was trying to tell them, they'll come with another law and they'll amend that motherfucker, or they'll change the law. They'll come with something. It'll be good for a year or two. And they'll come by and strike it down. You know what I'm saying? Just because you get something in law, that don't mean it's over with. Because you because trans people can go in the bathroom, or you can have abortions one motherfucking year, and then next year you can't have abortions. Y'all be playing games with this, talking about, because in law, man, they can do what they want to do when it comes to law. Yes, you should still vote, I believe, and do your little thing, but you got to also be aware that they play games, so you got to have a backup plan.
And they making control the laws. They can make it like they said. We was free. We're going to get 40 acres in the fucking mule. All that shit's still on the books, Trick. When you get out the pen in Texas, they supposed to give you a mule and a gun. All this shit is still on the books, my nigga. But they got the right to exercise what the fuck they want to. Like right now, if you can show me somebody with a case in the fucking, at the Supreme Court that's arguing these facts that these brothers are giving me. If you can show me somebody who took this to a high level to prove whatever, I know I'm black. When I say black, y'all know what we mean. If I gotta get into some atmosphere to world, black don't mean the descendants of slavery and all of this shit, or the Negroes or the Africans, whatever. If anything outside of that tree, they trying to bamboozle you, bro.
His dual jurisdiction, as
we know who we are. Don't let nobody tell us we're nobody else, bro. We're falling for that shit. We are Sprout, man. You ain't your man. You got a bank account under your social, all that. Bro, people be spewing bullshit on here, bro. I'm calling that shit out. I'm sick of people lying to my people. If that shit help everybody so good, I want somebody to break down and show me how the fuck it helped them. I want them to show me them get pulled over by the police and tell them I'm just traveling and all that shit and make it work. But nigga, I was in the pen with a bunch of them niggas that tried that dumb shit, talking about they didn't have no jurisdiction over them. Bro, that shit don't work, Trey. Telling y'all, my nigga.
Y'all know what? I want to show y'all. I just thought about it. I'm going to go on my page right quick, man. I want to show y'all a video page pertaining to the same stuff that this guy came on here trying to protest, man. You know what I'm saying? I call them scam guys, man. I'm just sitting up here thinking about this shit. Like, this shit ain't nothing new to me. Not even on my channel. I don't want people to think I'm just jumping up and doing some shit. Let's go and let's go ride down my channel pertaining to this same situation that we speaking about right now. Let's see what we working with. My videos there, man. Video. I'm buzzing on another little deep. Chill. Watch this. Let's see if I got anything on here on my page. Speaking of pertaining to the same subject. Because some people probably thinking, oh, this nigga just doing this now because this guy showed up. No. Man, I've been dealing with this. I've been people gonna work, man. That shit gonna get somebody hurt. Sandra Bland, RIP. Man, y'all think it's a game. Man, let me see how far. Let me see. Let me go way back. I know it's way back. Goddamn, man, these people. I specifically said, man, I'm not trying to say that you're right or you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't feel like now is the time, bro. That was all. We could have set up a time to go down through there and talk about this. I wanted to talk about the Boosie shit, man. I want to talk about Lil Boosie. No, he won't talk about driving around with no motherfucking driver license and no insurance and no registration and gonna get somebody fucked off. Yeah, we know people smoke weed and do all kind of shit, but you gonna riding around. We call it where I'm from in Dallas, riding around like that with no insurance, no license. We call that riding around in a bomb, nigga. Yeah, you riding around in an atom bomb. You just waiting for that bitch to blow up on you, man. Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah, riding around in a fucking atom bomb. Wait for the police to pull you over so everything can blow up. Fuck, I'm gonna tell somebody to do that. Look, I got with the Royal Squad. Look, I ain't got no lot of views on a lot of this shit, but nigga, I would put some shit out. I would put my information together, man. For real. Let me see. This one I didn't know nothing about how to post my videos, how to do them right, how to title them. I had to went back and try to learn a lot of this shit, man. Man, where are these videos at? Watch this. He trying to tell me about some Charleston White. That's me in Charleston. That was 2 years ago, man. Yeah, we just didn't know how to monetize, and we didn't know how to get that traffic to come our way and shit. You know, shit we didn't know. We had to learn. Oh shit, I'm still learning. But I know I ain't finna let nobody bully me and put me and have me going with no talking about no crazy stuff. Let me go. It's 20. That's one of my most viewed. Let's just watch this right quick. Some of this. I found it. Let me go share my screen right quick. I couldn't find it, so I found it now. Oh shit, I don't know if it's gonna let's see if it'll what is it gonna play? Let's see if the sound gonna play, man. Damn right there.
Mr. Johnson, I really don't want to handle this in a contempt proceeding, sir, so let me just finish and say what we're here for. I will give you the chance to address the court at the proper time. Mr. Taylor has filed a motion to withdraw as counsel of record. That will be the first thing that we take up. He is currently listed as counsel of record. The court will address that. But as stated, we also are here for a scheduled sentencing in this matter. Mr. Taylor, you have filed a motion to withdraw as counsel of record. I take it from Mr. Johnson that he does no longer wish to have you represent him. Is that correct, Mr. Johnson?
For the record, I am Daryl Ray Bay. I am Aboriginal, Indigenous, Allodial, Moorish American, and I reserve all my rights. All rights to me to be reserved and retained, without recourse, without prejudice. I am here only by special appearance to address the matter of status. I am a flesh and blood being, and I have an interest in this nom de guerre as it pertains to me, and you are not to do anything to it, or you violate the Constitution. You are not a judge. You are an acting judge. You are not qualified to hear a case at law as it pertains to my status as an all-natural blood being. So, as we proceed, I would like to...
Hold on, Mr. Johnson. It was a simple question. Do you wish Mr. Taylor to represent you?
As I said once again, the nom de guerre, it has an interest to me. It's an interest to me.
They hate to say yes or no, man.
Daryl Ray Bay, Aboriginal.
Mr. Johnson.
American.
Mr. Johnson, you have hired Mr. Taylor. He has entered a notice of appearance.
Can we produce a contract? Because I haven't signed any contract.
Mr. Johnson, do you wish Mr. Taylor to represent you?
No.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Taylor, you wish to address the court?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I was contacted by my client approximately a week ago. And he asked me to file a motion to withdraw. He kind of gave me a rundown on the things that he wanted to address with the court. I believe he filed some things with the court, and I received them back. I was informed the court would not be addressing those matters. Quite frankly, I don't think I can serve as counsel in the capacity that I ordinarily would at this stage in the proceedings, because I'm not even sure exactly what it is Mr. Bay wants me to argue. So I wouldn't go as far as to say a breakdown in the attorney-client privilege, but I'm being asked to argue things that are simply inconsistent with the law. It's not a Supreme Court law. I'm simply asking for permission to withdraw.
All right, Mr. Johnson, let me ask you some questions, sir, before we proceed concerning the representation of Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, you have the right to be represented by an attorney in this matter. You also have the right to represent yourself. The court has the obligation to make sure you understand those rights, and that any rights you waive are knowing and voluntary. Do you understand that?
I do not waive any of my inalienable rights as Moorish American at all. And the documents that were submitted to the court show no record that they show, and I have at the same time I have the receipt and docket numbers, U.S. postage mail numbers of receipt obtained by the, shall I say, the court clerk with signatures. So therefore, they're in notice of it. If you don't, I'll conserve your copy of the paperwork that's needed.
Mr. Johnson, here's how this works. I will ask some questions. I'll give you the chance to argue whatever you want to argue at the appropriate time. This has to be done in a logical, methodical order.
It is logical, methodical order.
The question is, sir, you have the right to be represented by an attorney.
I don't need it.
You also have the right to be represented yourself.
Appropriate persona, proper person. Not
Mr. Johnson, Mr. Johnson, I think there's only one person confused here, and it's you.
It's not me at all.
So
I have already alerted the International Criminal Courts and the United Nations of the fraudulent activities going on here today.
That's just fine. You're free to notify whoever you like, sir. I need to make sure that any waiver you make representing yourself is knowing and voluntary. So
I submitted a special appearance. It shows
special appearance, bro.
So the special appearance, which is here.
Mr. Johnson, I'm going to ask some very basic questions to make sure you understand what's going on. How old are you, sir?
Can we get to the matters of status and jurisdiction?
Mr. Johnson, here's how this works. I dictate the proper role of the court and the order in which things are taken up. Right now, I'm trying to decide if Mr. Taylor should continue to represent you.
Man, he got a nice judge.
By law,
Mr. Johnson,
you can't represent me.
Mr. Johnson, Mr. Taylor has filed a notice of appearance in this court. He is currently the attorney of record listed, and I need to follow the proper procedure.
Well, the proper procedures were already met when I sent in the special appearance, notice of special appearance, that I'm Moorish American, and that I have my right, and I'm not a ward of the court. I'm not a corporation, and I'm not in pro se, and I have a constitutional right.
And how old are you, Mr. Johnson?
That doesn't proceed with the matters of status and jurisdiction.
Do you have any specific knowledge of the law or of court?
By the Supreme Court states laws.
Do you have any specific knowledge of the law or of court?
Canon law can supersede the Supreme Court. No lower court. So this.
But you got to get to the Supreme Court first, sir.
States law. That's actual law, constitutional law. Foreign policies, which you're trying to impose, that I'm not willing to contract with. that the account, that the benefit. What the
hey Trig, y'all, this is the shit, the mumbo jumbo, man.
That I'm not. That I am Daryl LeRae Bay, and I'm a Moorish Aboriginal, Moorish American.
Now, Mr. Johnson, you understand, sir, that you have the right to be represented by an attorney. Do you understand that?
Moors cannot be represented by white people and their Negro slaves in the Christian courtroom, nature's law, Zodiac Constitution, Article 7. I, Daryl LeRae Bay, never consented or asked, nor do I recognize the colony, union, state attorney against nature's law and Moorish Zodiac Constitution. I am a Moorish American, and that is my right by Supreme Court law of the constitutional law.
Is there anything else you'd like to say as to the representation of Mr. Taylor?
I'm a representation of myself.
So
I'm a proper person, not to be confused with pro se. All I ask is that we continue.
You understand, Mr. Johnson, the court's going to hold you to the exact same standard as I would to an attorney as we go through the sentencing today.
It's not the same. How can we do anything when there you go. You would need a notice of special appearance because it was already sent in. It's documented.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Anything, Ms. Shaw?
You can't. How can you override
Mr. Johnson?
Right? You're in violation of
Mr. Johnson,
right.
I don't want to hold you in contempt, but I would tell you we have a procedure here. The parties get a chance to speak, and I will hold you in contempt. I'm also anticipating ruling on this motion in just a minute. The state has the right to speak. You have spoken. Ms. Shaw.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, if Mr. Taylor believes that the attorney-client relationship is broken down between himself and Mr. Johnson, I can only rely on his representations. I'm not going to take a position on whether or not he should remain in the case. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Taylor, at this point, I'm going to allow you to withdraw as counsel of record in this case. If you provide appropriate order, but I will make it as effective as of right now. Okay?
May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Mr. Johnson, you have the right, sir, to have me appoint a public defender if you wish to have representation by counsel.
No, I represent myself in appropriate persona.
All right.
Did you need an affidavit of fact or writ of discovery?
Then, Mr. Johnson, the next thing we will take up is you have submitted some paperwork. You have not actually noticed that up for hearing.
I have. I sent it in with the court's clerk.
The court, as I explained to you, sir,
Sure.
you're obligated to fulfill all of the proper roles as an attorney would. It's not been noticed up for hearing. The court deems it as a notice to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. So that can be raised at any point. So if you choose, you can notice it up for hearing following the proper procedure, but that is not up for hearing today. The court is scheduled for sentencing today. Let me ask, have you received a copy of the pre-sentence investigation report in this matter?
I'm the only matters that I'm
trying to change his name before court.
Status and jurisdictional matters, which can be attacked at any time, stated by the Supreme Court law. Here it is right here.
Dude tried to change his name and do all this before court.
Is void or voidable and can be attacked in any proceeding in any court where the validity of the judgment comes into issue.
All right.
Rose versus Emily, 1808, 4 French, 241.
So, Mr. Johnson, do you wish to address the issue of jurisdiction at this point?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Status and jurisdiction.
I will hear the argument as to jurisdiction.
Exactly. Okay.
Watch this,
So
man.
now, do you want a copy of the special appearance? Do you need one, or do you have it there?
Oh, I've received the documentation.
Okay. Good. Okay. Then we can proceed with it. Now it comes now.
But I've read it. You don't need to read it. I've read through the documentation. Go ahead. Any additional thing to add besides the paperwork?
Additional thing to add is, what is your name, nationality, and status?
The court does not answer questions. It asks questions, sir.
That when jurisdiction is brought up, you can't.
How you gonna tell the judge this?
Ignore jurisdiction. Jurisdiction must be decided. It cannot be counseled by anybody. Jurisdiction must be decided within it when it's brought up. And that's the Supreme Court case law. And that's a violation of constitutional right. Sorry, what you're saying is you violate the constitutional right, which is Title 18 United States Code at law. Is that what we're saying? So we don't respect the Constitution. We don't respect the rights of the Moorish American people. As what am I am? Is that what we're saying? Because I've already alerted the international courts. I've already alerted the parties
don't know you.
The provost, marshal, and I have documentation to prove things that's going on. So therefore, in the matter of status and jurisdiction, we need to come to a resolution on this. Status and jurisdiction has not been proven. So I'm asking you, what is your name, nationality, and status for the record?
Anything else to add to your argument, sir?
It's not an argument, it's a request, a Supreme Court request. That is supreme law stated by the Constitution, which if you don't have it, I have the Constitution right here.
You can argue whatever you'd like on your motion to dismiss, but that's, like I said, we're here for a motion. The court has deemed that paperwork a motion to dismiss for jurisdiction. But go ahead. Anything else to add?
This lack of jurisdiction, if it has no jurisdiction and no status, then it is void of law on its face and merits, because it's an unconstitutional and unlawful court. And this is a fraudulent activity as well. This is fraudulent, human trafficking, and treason. The only thing that you are to traffic is goods. You are to only traffic goods. This is an administrative venue. This is not a court. You're not even a judge. And that is actual fact. I'm not a corporation. I'm a flesh and blood being. I've stated my status for the record. I'm asking for your status of the record so we can find out
What's that legal and lawful shit?
and where did you get jurisdiction from? And I asked for delegation of authority order with a response within 10 days. Never did I get that.
Man, I'm gonna stop
So
this.
if you don't have delegation of authority,
Probably. Right.
Paul,
Everybody would be doing it if it worked.
Watch this, man. Let me get off of that. But watch this. I probably went under too long. But long story short, the shit didn't work out for him. He ended up getting more time than he was supposed to get. Let me get back to where I was at.
Okay. Do you think it would matter what you understood or learned if you presented it the way you just presented here today at court?
At court? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? We not at court, bro. We talking among
You are who you are, and anything you do and everything you do. That's a man, isn't it?
the YouTube page. We're not at court, sir.
It's about honor. It's about honor and being respectful and honorable. Doesn't matter what you know. If you present it in a dishonorable, contemptuous manner filled with emotions, you're not going to be respected and honored. It's that simple. It's not nothing to do with color.
Check this out, Paul.
Has nothing to do with color, sir. I know plenty of African Americans, whatever that is, black folks, whatever that is. I know a lot of human beings who have a darker skin tone, who have effectuated this understanding over and over again, but they don't present like you at court or on this venue either. So that might be something to do with the results you're generating, is you, how you conduct yourself in your inner space.
Play the game. No, I know what he's talking about. You got to play the game like that. You got to see the people who are in control.
No, you have to learn self-control. This is our worst enemy in this life. I don't care what color you are. If you don't learn self-mastery,
hold on.
I barely even got, you know.
Hold on, let me check this though. Hold on, let me check this because like this is what Paul is doing. Paul, we just want you to answer the question, man. Like you throw shade when you respond.
Who is we? I was speaking to that man. You didn't ask me any questions.
Well, we because this our panel, so it's we. You did what I'm saying.
You don't want to ask me any questions.
Why you got it? Like, let's not insult. Now, speak your mind with insult.
I wasn't trying to insult anybody. If it feels insulting, this might be what I'm speaking about.
Well, it's insulting me because it feels like every time you respond, you got to throw like some kind of dumb shade or some kind of hood.
If you feel it, does that make it real?
Man, this man never answered a question. He talked like he a fucking pimp. He got a fly. He got some fly to say about everything, but he's not answering questions.
Man, go on and speak, bro.
Right. So as human beings, color aside, we have a true self and a false self. If we live through that false self and that false self is challenged, we get triggered and emotional, act out. That's why we have to remedy the false self, the ego, the cultural self with the true self, so we could master our inner space and control ourselves and present in any venue as honorable and competent.
So you were saying this has to do with the spiritual law, God's law, and the law of man, 3D law versus the 5D law.
That's one way of putting it, but there's universal law. It's written in us. If we're not pimped and macked on and detracted, right? The deceiver, that's what they call the deceiver. The devil has come here to kill, steal, and destroy using deception and deceptive practices and fraud and false culture. The root word of culture is cult, in case anybody's wondering.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna let everybody know in the chat. I want to let everybody know in the chat. Hold on. I need to let everybody know in the chat. In America, the United States, goddamn it, you pull over, you ain't got a valid insurance or ID in this country. Your ass gonna get your car towed, and they're gonna take your ass to jail. I don't give a fuck about it. I'm letting them voice their opinion out here, but y'all know me and King God, we disagree on this shit all the time. Goddamn.
So if I show you,
that's what makes the conversation so dope. Paul, see the
Right.
thing over here, Paul, you might be new to the channel. You might not be. I don't want to put it past you. But over here, we learn how to agree to disagree. You know, even if you disagree with somebody's perspective, just let it be. Because you can't.
Sure, was am I not showing that ability?
No,
I thought that man that was just here was not showing that ability.
I like
right?
how you handled the conversation. It got a little heated, but I like how the conversation. I like the topic of the conversation. If the conversation would have went smoother, a lot more beneficial to the people would have came. But like I said, I'm not in disagreement with Kimbo perspective or yours. I understand both. Me and Trig always bump heads on this type of shit, but we learn to just understand each other. Okay, this ain't for him, and what he got ain't for me. It's okay.
Because I feel just
I understand.
I feel just like Kimbo, like the man and my brother that you were arguing with her. We think the same and feel the same way about this type of shit. So the argument would have been
the majority of folks on this land that we call United States feel and think the same way you do, because they have not seen the results, or when they get the results, they don't believe the results. So I have videos online of myself having a great conversation with policy enforcement. I also have videos online of them telling me, shut the fuck up and get out of the car. You're going to jail.
Likewise.
So listen, I don't do this because of the results. I do it because it's true and correct. It's common sense. I want my freedom and God.
How is it true and correct when true and correct to me is having a driver's license, insurance, registration, so you don't even have to worry about them messing with you. Like, to me, that's common sense. That makes sense to me. I don't know if it's like I'm beating the system or I'm trying to save some money. I don't know what it is. At the end of the day, when you grown, you realize you end up paying more in the end. You're just trying to teach people how to cheat and get away with shit for a little while. That's all this shit about. It's teaching you how to buy time.
I'm not going to be a slave on my land. That's simple.
And this is what we go over in law class.
Hold on. Lost. Like, you're not a slave though.
Oh, I believe, sir. My name is Paul Enslaved. Most Paul Enslaved. My perspective is.
You're not a.
My perspective,
I ain't gonna be a slave, bro. Like,
well, you're calling me a white man. I came in saying I don't call myself white man. I don't agree with white men. So,
brother. I don't mean.
Well, listen. If you're now decide what my title is, well, I appreciate that, but I don't accept at all. See how that works? Conditional acceptance. Could you look at me? You're going to accept that.
Bro, you entitled to. I'm entitled to my.
Well, that's if we want to play the ego game like this, as I am documented on this land, bro, here in case you really want to have this discussion, right? So let's move past the egoic.
And so this was so funny. I don't know if y'all heard it because it was bleeping out. He was like, so Irish people were the first people enslaved on this continent. They was brought here in cages. I'm just going to ask y'all, does anybody have any clue which year the first Irish people were brought to this country and who brought them to this country? They were not the first. I'm sorry. And when they were first brought, it was only a handful, like 100 Irish people brought to these shores in the 1800s, sir. Man. But this is how they play you when they think they're talking to people that don't know.
Bullshit. Because slaves say, I know politically pimp you to create division, but we're all one, sir. It's one love. As the Rastafari would say, it's one truth as well.
Almost Caucasian has Neanderthal
See, it's doing too much. It's a simple concept. When we play with color codes, you gotta remember his perspective in his conversation. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's from a legal perspective, but law.
Salute to Paul, man.
Okay.
So he's trying to acknowledge the code is simple to understand.
I'm here for truth, sir. That's what I want to be understood first and foremost.
Right, right.
I'm here for truth, and I'm here for all people. I don't play the worldly color games. I'm not into that. That's division games. That's pimping and macking. I'm not.
My boy Paul got hot to rope. Your emotions rise, goddamn Paul. Shit.
Well, I'm passionate, man. Compassion. Compassion means with passion in Latin, and I'm compassionate when it comes to truth and unification.
Like, I hate talking to a motherfucker always trying to tell you this word is from Latin, this word is from Spanish. This is the root word of man. When you holding a regular conversation, bro, you don't have to do all that. That let us know you full of shit. For real, man.
Hold on, why my big homie emotions was aggressive and yours was compassion? Why he's
mine are controlled and measured, right? Mine is energy and motion. Emotion, his are out of control. He can't control himself in his mouth.
Oh man, like
because his feelings are white and I can't control myself because I'm a black nigga with goals. This shit is hilarious to me, man. Niggas don't know, man. I'm cool as a polar bear toenail, man. Why would I get upset by some shit I really know? I'm not on her practicing or nothing, man. Yeah, man. I really got the spirit of my ancestors in me, man. For real. I ain't coming to play with you guys, man. Yeah. I might need to go on your page and go look and see who you really are, man, for real. Because you seem like you got a lot of anger, bro. And I swear to God, I wasn't coming at that angle. I just want to talk about your doctrine, bro. I just want to make sense. I swear I didn't mean for it to go here. I just why I left. But now I'm seeing what you said.
Hey, man, he can control him. But man,
what the hell going on?
This is an agree to disagree conversation. Y'all got to understand it's an agree to disagree conversation. That's all it is.
I'm telling you like this, bro. If you want to consider me a white man, then fine. I'll speak for the white people. When you go to court and those white people look at you and you come into court and they ask a question and you ask a question and they ask a question and you go to getting emotional and acting out like that, they're going to put a label on you and they're going to treat
Wait. They're going to put a label on you. They're going to put a label on you. They're going to put... Sir, you see this right here? You see this? You see this? This is a label, sir. This is a label. I can't pass like you. You know what I'm saying? You can pass, sir. I can't pass. It's already a label on me. I was born with a label on me. It's called being black, sir. And I ain't complaining about the white man, all this. I'm just giving you the facts of what it is. It's already a label on me, sir. Why you started talking about courtroom? He must got a pending court case coming up or something that he worried about, and it got him stuck in court zone. You just better not go in the courtroom acting like you acting, talking to the judge like no jackass, boy. You better go in there and mind, Django.
You like the one thing that everybody doesn't.
It's already a label on me. I'm a nigga in court. It's already
it's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. It's not what they call you and what they treat you like. It's how you respond. That's how you'll be defined. So if anybody calls you an N-word and you act like one, they say, put it down, he is one. If they call you one and you act like an honorable man, it's going to be that much harder to prove it, isn't it?
Y'all motherfuckers.
Stop me where I'm wrong, sir. I'm about the truth. I'm not here to play games and be about separation, division, and ego.
You all right, Paul. You all right. You a little off the wall, but you all right, man. I can put up with you. Like, you funny as fuck to me, man. Like, I laugh at anybody. I laugh at my brother King guy when we have.
He just ain't came across the Kimbo. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, man, no, sir.
Kimbo was, if he was hot, goddamn, he wouldn't be talking. Man.
You would know it.
Compassion,
right. You
would know.
No, I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying that I was in fear or he's angry or going to do something. I'm not. I come across many people. I've been all over, man. I'm just saying there's a quality to the human condition where we.
Let me help this brother out right quick, sir. When they said about I wasn't mad or been. They didn't mean for you to be in fear of me doing something to you physically or nothing, bro. It's the mind, nigga. I come for your mind, boy. I come for your mind. I don't give a. I could care less about your physical, bro. Yeah. Well, y'all talking. Yo, you got your game. You playing your game. Yeah. Watch me play my game, nigga. I come for your mind, nigga. I guarantee you, I'm 10 steps ahead of you. Yeah, you niggas coming on, y'all, you niggas is scam guys on YouTube coming on there trying to scam, get people to follow that bullshit. And if you was a good hustler, you've been able to work with me, not against me. But nah, boy, you ain't one of us. I don't know who sent you. We're gonna send you right back.
We are not as centered and balanced and measured and tempered as we need to be to get the desirable results that we seek. And I'm pretty good at noticing that character trait when I. What happened?
Oh
man,
no,
y'all ain't hold on, man. Y'all ain't hit that like button, man.
Right.
If y'all ain't goddamn me subscribe to our channels up here, man. If y'all ain't hit the join the member gang, hit the cash out, then you suck. I'm just telling you right now, goddamn. Matter of fact, if you ain't even got one of these books from King God book, man, because we need a commercial for a second. Let everybody catch a deep breath, goddamn.
Yeah, get the book.
Get
the book, y'all.
Like, let's drop the King God commercial. Let's go. Say, man, I'm sitting here reading the King Guy's book, man. Y'all put some raffle tickets in. You might
Laws,
get
war, land, and origins. Watch this. And if we was hating on the information like that, we wouldn't even promote with Black Code, the doctorate. We wouldn't even promote King Guy's book, bro. You giving off bad energy. Like you thought you read me, I read you. Yeah, a little book of everything. Man, y'all fuck with my boy King Guy's, man. Come with the top with the chest to come from like yeah, Miss Paul.
That was cool, man. I like that.
Always
man. Make sure you get a book of all guys. Y'all have to say like
I do.
Oh, Kimbo, just talk hard and with his chest.
Wow, get King Guy's book, man.
That's all. It's all.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm not faulting them.
When you
y'all don't you have to go back and see me when I'm talking hard.
I understand all of this shit. It's crazy. It's wild. But even with that, Paul, you know, and I'm not saying you haven't, but you learn how to just understand that people are going to react the way they react. Sometimes your passion looks different than his passion or her passion, etc., etc., etc.
So I agree with that. All I'm saying, Oz.
Hold on. Yep, I got you. Hold on. For the people that maybe seen the argument, you was looking at it wrong. Because the conversation was dope if y'all really paid attention. Go ahead, Paul.
Facts, King.
Yeah, but Oz, all I'm saying is right there's a clear and present energy exchange that goes on, right, with me and Trig, with me and you, and then there was whatever that was with him that resisted.
Because I'm a runaway slave, bro. Unslaved, so you are unslaved. Paul, I'm a fucking runaway slave from Texas, nigga. The backwoods, nigga. Yeah. They learn how to read, Paul. Yeah. When I learned how to read, nigga, I read every book I could, Paul. I even read the books that you reading, Paul. For real. That's why you don't get me. I'm supposed to be amazed by what you saying. Arm, head, leg, all this. Even though you didn't say that, but you probably would have.
I suspect that resistance has a lot to do with my shade of coloring, because I noticed the lingo always goes right to us and them. And that's my first indicator that psychologically he's moved into that space.
No, I can't let
nigga. I'm in Texas, nigga. My neighborhood is full of black, white, Mexicans, all kind of races. We don't play them kind of games around here, homeboy. That nigga, I was in the penitentiary, nigga. The head of the Aryan Nation was from the motherfucking me hood over from my hood down there in Sickerville, man. Where the Sickerville prison at? Where Gilly boy, what's his name? Where Wallow was at, man. Yeah, the prison right down the federal prison down the street from my hood, nigga. You could throw a rock to get there, nigga. Yeah, for real. No, nigga, you don't know. Niggas think you know. YouTube niggas think they know.
It's on my big homie because when
No.
well,
let me just finish.
You gotta understand now, because I want to stop that and clear that up right now. When he say he talking about his people. We call ourselves a family over here.
On the show, the panel,
like almost 2 years.
So when he says my people, he specifically cited black folks and then tried to draw a line of distinction between myself and his people.
But you're a guest though. Like, let's just be real. You are a guest over here, so we don't know you yet. So later on down the road, you might be our people. But right now, you're a guest. Like, I thought you were porn bumming.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. What I'm saying is, everywhere I go, everyone is my people if they show the capacity for an understanding and an energy exchange, right?
Maybe
and equity, give and take.
Understand how to deal with people.
Hey, y'all gotta hit the like for this.
Nature.
You like your niggas like Hop and Bob, Step and Fetch It. That's what that is, because I ask questions. What I supposed to know about? Yes about, then I'll be cool. I am not him.
That's not what you're used to.
Right. Again, ma'am, you're presuming that I haven't been all over and walked with gang members and been to jail and done. I've seen all types of people and dealt with everybody. And what I notice is that with people who care about the truth and have a care in their heart and are respectful within themselves and truthful and honorable, there's an energy exchange and there's equity. We don't have these problems and these resistance. That comes from somebody who has an insecurity and a resistance.
I understand it, but listen, this is just what I'm saying. Just hold on. This is just what I'm saying. Sometimes in life, you're going to deal with people that, as you said, have that resistance.
I just dealt with it.
I know that. I know you just dealt with
it. Hold on, motor culture. Let's just leave the conversation alone right there, man, because I ain't going to have too many more times my nigga get disrespected or misunderstood. Right. Like, because I heard we in a respectful conversation, but I don't told this man, Mr. Paul, man, that my partner went on that, man, but we're not going to disrespect. That's what we ain't with. We just going to leave this conversation alone. This just ain't a conversation like that's needed on this panel, because I'm feeling some type of way now, like you said.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I prefer he just come up and talk to me, man.
I prefer, but I prefer we just stop talking about it, because now.
All right, that works.
Can I ask?
That's my big homie, man.
That's fine, sir. I'm not meaning any disrespect. I'm speaking about
I'm starting to take it as disrespect, though. Like, so let's just leave it alone. I feel
listen.
I don't listen to you, Uncle Charles.
We're gonna keep it pushing.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it pushing. Uncle Charles, hold on. Let me let Uncle Charles. Uncle Charles, what's up, Uncle Charles?
And you right, Trish. We are family over here. And if I don't understand something, I've been told many times, no, that you ain't right. And see, I be willing to take, be a man and humble. Let me tell you something, man. How do this whole damn thing go from that to Charleston White? You better believe that Charleston White is a character. And you'll believe what he said. Let me explain something to you. We got a nigga out here right now, we call him Horse. The nigga look just like a horse. Out of head, just like a horse. And the nigga, they in the white girl, and she can love us back on Notre Dame. But they are together. And they together because nobody want and don't nobody want him. Which let me tell you something. You know why I said that? Know what I said it? Know why I said that don't nobody
want her?
The cat, no, I say again, the cat dog limits for a long time. Now he's laying with the dog. Why? Because after all these years we've been fighting, and I ain't believing what you was doing, and if everything I hated you for, now I'm starting to like you, and I'm